Hi, I'm Sylvia Rands. Today we're just doing a brief world update. Thank you. So we will bring in the team. I'm a conscious channel working with a group that calls themselves the Group of 100. Thank you. Yes, we are many, we are many, we are many, are we not? 100 is a large number. This is representative of the many hundreds and thousands of ascended souls who are ready to help humanity at this time. We have graced with a very fine overview of what is going on your beautiful planet. We are indeed, our brave brothers and sisters are indeed positioned around your beautiful planet at this time, watching and guarding and assisting with frequencies, with manpower, with indeed in the galactic battles that are being fought way beyond the consciousness of mankind. Humanity is at this time not aware that we are indeed in the middle of a long prophesied, as in Nostradamus, space warfare, as the as it were controllers of planet Earth are being truly flushed out once and for all, as the leader says, draining of the swamp is indeed a real event. But it's not happening just in the 3D world, it is indeed happening multidimensionally. Earth is, as a planet, has a key position in the solar system, and it is indeed one of the lowest densities and frequencies, and to some extent you could say the density and the darkness of the frequency here in a way has been holding the solar system and the galaxies back to some extent. So it is indeed in the interest of all the higher frequency races that humanity does achieve its freedom at this time, so that as the planet Earth, our dear Gaia, is liberated, so the ripple of liberation travels out through the solar system and out through the galaxies beyond. This is why we are indeed at a crucial point in the history of planet Earth at this time, and much is happening as yet under the surface. There are plans that have been laid for hundreds of years, if not earlier, but we could say since the dawning of what is called the White Hats, or the plan, much has been put in place that is evolving, coming out of the woodworks. We are talking a plan that has entailed for example, people being planted in the camps of the dark forces, so that now they may come forth and reveal the truth. This is not a short-term whim. This is a very thorough, very deep, very earnest plan to cleanse planet Earth of these very, very clever dark and demonic forces that have ruled here for some time. As we know, as this news starts to slowly make its way into the public domain, there will be much shock and possible trauma in the people as they hear the news, especially the facts around the treatment and slavery and abuse of children. There will be wonderings: how can human beings be so depraved? How can we have let this happen? How can we have closed our eyes? How can we have been so ignorant? And indeed, this is the learning of this age, that every human being is to sit with their conscience and say, did I know this was happening? Did I suspect? For example, this one has said things to people, has said them herself in the past. Oh, well, that's the way the system goes. Or, You know, yes, the bank will always do that, or the tax people will always do that, or whatever. Whereas, of course, this is not the truth that they will always do that. They are doing it because they have got used to doing it, and they have got used to doing it in a way that disadvantages the common man. So the common man, in turn, has lost their will to fight, and this is not their fault in the sense that the level of mind control and programming that has gone on to actively dull the population is really beyond comprehension. So the common man, as he and she awaken, must activate their integrity and know that it is something worth truly standing for and standing by. But also they must forgive and the parts of themselves that simply did not know better, that bought the story, that were controlled by their schools and their parents and their media, the parents being in turn controlled by the media and the governments, etc. So this story has gone on for generations, and forgiveness is ultimately the only way forward. Forgiveness, compassion for those, for yourself who has suffered, for the generations of humanity who have suffered, for those who have lost their life in this battle. Compassion, understanding, forgiveness, but also underneath that, dear humanity, a great will, a great new understanding that this can no longer be allowed on this planet, or for that matter any planet in the galaxy, certainly in the Galactic Alliance, in the all those planetary systems operating under the law of one, the law of light. These darknesses will no longer be allowed. And this takes the knowing that comes from having been in the swamp and having come out of it, and glimpsing the new life that awaits, and being determined never to return to the past darkness. Is there any particular question that would like to be asked at this time? Yes?
We're due for quite an upheaval or lots of change in this sort of space. Can you elaborate a bit more on that, other than the spiritual changes that people are occurring? But is there going to be a major financial turmoil?
Yes. The financial shift has already happened. It is happening beneath, as we say. It is one of the very detailed, long planned, long arranged wonder schemes that is on this planet. Your leader, the Mr. T, is very connected and committed to this new framework, which indeed is galactic in its nature, which makes it inviolable for the hands of man, for the hands of hackers, for the egos and greed of humanity. This is a new system which will liberate mankind. This QFS system, this quantum financial system, indeed has of late, in past weeks, been activated. It is in place. It will free and liberate every human being. There will indeed be cards and access to your individual account given to you. And these accounts already do have money in them. This is the money that has been stolen from humanity over generations, linked to the abuse of your birth certificate, the abuse of the taxation system, any unnecessary and illegal funds that have been taken from each sovereign being will be returned to you. This is part of the this new sort of 5D system, is that there will be justice involved in this system, and humanity who has had so much stolen from it, it will be returned. Humanity is moving into a period of ease and wealth, where the financial stress and strain and enslavement that has marked its history will be lifted. There will be an outer, as it were, discombobulation, disintegration of certain systems which will be seen in the public eye. For example, the share market will to some extent shatter bit by bit, company by company. For example, yesterday it was some AI company lost millions in its shares. This is no accident. This is all part of the planning that the forces of darkness will no longer be receiving financial underpinning and energetic underpinning. So, as we have said, and your many teachers and truthers and people have said to you for many months and years now, if you do have funds within that system, get them out. And of course, the minerals, the gold, the silver, the metals, these are a new sort of banking for humanity. For this period where things may be shaky, this means that you do have something solid. We are looking at a rearrangement of paper money. As we know, the original US dollar is pretty much void already. The new dollar is waiting to replace it, the new USD, the rainbow currency, and there will be new paper currencies for this time of transition for humanity as it learns to function with these new quantum systems, which are blockchain technology. And each person will be instructed, humanity will be learning, there will be training systems for each person to find out how to operate this new system. And because it has this inviolable nature, of course, it will be unique. As has been written and said many times, this is not a credit card you can give to your son to go down the shop and buy something. It is linked to each individual human's printing. Their energetic bioprinters is linked to this card. So if you lose it, if you drop it, it's of no good to anybody else. It is only yours. So it takes away any potential for scamming, for any harm. Funds are private, they are safe, and there will be much abundance in this shift. There may be the scurry of chaos, as it were, fear-mongering, which both light and dark forces are doing at this exact moment, to the dark to attempt to pull down the ever-increasing light in the individual by adding doubt and fear around money and survival. And the light sometimes are sowing seeds which are designed to incite people to action or to greater levels of discernment. So these forces are still both playing out at this time, but it is safe to know that all is underpinned by the light and safe moving forward.
You basically said a little bit about the share market and one of the companies that dropped severely. I'm assuming you're talking about NVIDIA had a 10% market share drop in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
This is the one.
Right. Fantastic, interesting. So, is there any other advice you can?
So for today, this is a general indication.
Yep.
The key topic of the moment is indeed the financial reframing that is happening on planet Earth, which is visible for those with the eyes to see. For example, the formation of BRICS, the fact that this is gold-backed, the fact that several states in the United States of America are already also gold-backed. These are signs for the rest of the populace of the world that these are trends which must signify there must be a reason for these. And then, of course, if the digging deep happens, it will be found that these indeed will be the new solid structures. It is interesting to note that each country has its own innate wealth system, and the wealth of each country will in the future be based on the innate wealth in the land of, the soil of that country. So, for example, the country most abused in the world, Africa, which has been raped and pillaged throughout all time, indeed was the original continent of this earth that was settled by the Dark Ones for its gold. This country, which of course is really one of the wealthiest in terms of its natural resources, its gems, its diamonds, its gold, its silver, its abundance, the people of this country will be the holders of this wealth. All countries are to be equal, so this is to say that no country will be left without. There will be no first world and third world anymore. The monetary value across the globe will be equal. This is the way to restore humanity to its integrity and to its godhead, to understand that all of these false values that have been given humanity through this time are really just manipulations for the sake of, as it were, the evil players who play for their own well-being and are happy to throw generations of citizens under the bus. And so these countries, which are indeed brimming with these natural resources, and New Zealand too, of course, has much here that may not be known about in the way of gold and mineral resource here. So these countries will be wealthy, innately wealthy, which, as well as having the sovereign individual, we have the sovereign nation. And this is indeed, of course, a celebration of the innate wealth that really does belong to both the planet and the individuals on this planet. The political furor we will not go into today, other than to say it is a dancing, shifting movie with the scripts being rewritten every day, and this will play out acutely over the next 2 months prior to the election in America. And during this time, especially in the month of October and September coming up, there are going to continue to be quite profound revelations about the true nature of government, of the companies that have ruled our society, of the underbellies existing in this world. These will be revealed, even to the point of quite naked and harsh truths as we have said before, these truths are the ones that may upset the populace. So it is important to just anchor oneself strongly in the hand of God, whatever you conceive this to be. Anchor to source. Know that you are beloved despite everything. Forgive yourself for what you did not know. And take a deep breath and be as brave as it requires. And listen, open the ears, open the heart. Free the brain of its constrictions and allow the new understandings to settle in. Those which are dark and ugly and harsh, they really only need to hit you once or twice and the information is in. You do not need to perpetuate the watching of the videos or about these very, very dark actions. It is just important that humanity moves out of any denial that we have been holding and find the courage to face the truth of our history, the truth of our present, and the joy and the great joy as we look forward to the potential of our future. So we will leave it here for today. Blessed be, dear ones. We sign off. We are the 100.